please join me in welcoming Joe, recognizing him as this year's recipient of the Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and I'm happy to see you here, Joe.
I'd like to start off by thanking TJ for the introduction, and also like to thank Mark and the entire staff of the Chamber. I started my company 13 years ago, certainly not out of inspiration, more out of desperation. 18 years ago, I was addicted to cocaine, I was an alcoholic. I used to live in New York City. At one point, worked at this major nightclub called the Limelight on 20th and 6th Avenue. And at that time, I worked the VIP lounge, became friends with some very interesting and different types of people. And one night I was partying in a loft of a Colombian drug smuggler, me and my girlfriend at the time, and all of a sudden I turned blue. God bless EMTs, first responders, anyone in that industry, because if it wasn't for them, I would have been dead there. But once the St. Vincent's Hospital got out, next night, did what I always did. Eventually I moved back to my home area, Delaware County, and moved to a little town called Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, and I saw this infomercial. And then came on this guy called Tony Robbins, and he had these big teeth and saying, the past is not equal to the future, you can change your life. I go, this is garbage, with this guy now. And that line, the past does not equal the future, stuck with me. But I didn't buy. Watched the same infomercial for the second night, and then for the third night, I made the decision that truly changed my life, and I bought those tapes. And I began listening to those tapes over and over again, getting myself clean, but also developing a fascination of why we do what we do. Why do we get stuck, and how can we change? Eventually I started to grow and went to a few seminars. Eventually I was trained by Tony Robbins, who was one of his coaches. So I had that entrepreneur spirit, and at that point I started developing a vision of why I wanted to make a difference, the impact. And it wasn't for someone else's vision, it was my vision. So in my basement, I opened up Get Life Coaching with 2 clients. And I started in my basement. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I started businesses in other areas of my life, but this was a different type of business. So I joined the Chamber. And I'm probably one of the most unconventional coaches that there are. My seminars are long. We do fire walking now. We do gas walking. We go to 2:15, 2:30 in the morning. But they get results. At the end of the day, that's what people want. They want results. It's an amazing amount of people who are dedicated. And I just want to thank each of you because it's crazy hours. We were talking last night. You never know what's going to happen or when it's going to end. And they come back and then they push and they push and they push for one reason. At the end of the day, this is what this is about. And it's about creating great environments. It's the spirit of entrepreneurialism is to take something and make it nothing into something. But to do so, you gotta create a culture. You gotta create something that people recognize and connect with. And I'll end with this. It's truly that life is about 2 things. It's about growth and contribution. You can have love, but not feel fulfilled. But you gotta grow. If you can't grow for yourself, you gotta grow and share. And that's been the mission of what we did, what we do here for 13 years now. Thank you very much.
And it's my pleasure to introduce the 2012 Entrepreneurial Advocate of the Year, Mr. Mark Scalini.
First of all, how do you follow Joe? Right? It's kind of tough. Kind of tough. I'm going to start off by definition of an entrepreneur. Unemployable, like they say right here. I was giving a talk at breakfast one time, and it was with a bunch of entrepreneurs, and we were in the crowd, and so I was trying to set up my grandfather and really what he stood for and what it was about, and I said, what's an entrepreneur mean? And Bobby said, we're unemployable. I was like, well, my grandfather probably wouldn't want to hear that, but I'm all over that. There's no doubt about that. So we move differently, we look differently, we work differently. It's just different, okay? We are on 7 by 24, like Mark said, and there aren't too many times that we can take even a vacation. So just to everybody, just to let you know, to get recognized for this is awesome, but the look in somebody's eyes when you helped them out a second, you gave just a little tidbit, where you listened, and that's all they needed to do, that's recognition enough for me and to keep doing it. And I just want to give some recognition right now to the County Chamber, because from the Emerging Enterprise Center to the round tables that they do, the education for entrepreneurs is out there, they deliver it. And thank you, Mark and team, it's a great job. Thank you very much for being here.
But the person who we feel over the last year was the catalyst to really get the YPN movement going and started and on the right track was Rachel McCauley. So I'd like to do now is present Rachel with the Young Professional Advocate of the Year Award. Stepped up, went the extra mile, and has helped us lift the Hispanic Business Network as off the ground, and it is now up and moving. So what I'd like to do is present the Hispanic Business Advocate Award to Gavel Marrero from Promotion Zone. So, some pins and some plaques. So I'd like to introduce Brooke Robb from Unique Impressions.
So now our focus is not only recruiting new members, but also serving as a mentor to new members, making sure we meet them at events, set up one-on-ones with them, talk with them about, okay, here's your business, here's what the Chamber offers, where can the two come together? And the Chamber is tracking that. There are 10 ambassadors so far that have made the Circle of Champions. The top 5 have been listed right there. And then also I am going to be talking about the top 3. So I would like Ed Ayers from Professional Duplicating, as well as Mary Shelton from Applied Bank to join me. And I guess we're going to be pinned. I was supposed to be doing the pinning, but I would stab them, and we don't want that. So we're